Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. Please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Any public comment at this time? Carl, do you have anything to say? Okay, thank you. Verification of posting of agenda.
Pam Moore, for the record, the agenda was posted on October 9th between the hours of 9 and 11 at the locations listed on the agenda in accordance with statutes. Does that say something other than the 29th? Oh, it is the 29th. Okay, so we're good.
Okay. I was going to say, that the 9th is a little too early. We didn't even have the state agenda. 29th. Thank you. Okay, consideration, possible action, approval of agenda as submitted or revised. I have a motion,
Make a motion to approve the agenda as submitted or revised.
a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? There being none, we have a first and a second motion to approve the agenda as submitted. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Approval of minutes of meeting held on September 24th, 2025.
Make a motion to approve the minutes for the meeting held on the 24th.
Second?
I'll second the motion.
Any further discussion? We have a first and second motion to approve the minutes of the meeting on September 24th, 2025. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Okay, first item is consideration of possible action, discussion and possible action to request that Department of Wildlife consider options of allowing blood trailing dogs and thermal imaging drones for recovery wounded and/or dead animals.
I make a motion we table this to the next meeting as Member Sibley is not present.
I did not see that in the support data the department sent out. I know this was an item that we brought up, I believe, at the last meeting for future discussions.
Yeah,
And
Jason.
Yeah,
I'm
Jason
not-
did.
I'm not
Jason,
He
sure.
said he
Jason wanted
was-
to bring support data. That's why I said I make a motion we table it
Yeah,
until
I do
next meeting
too.
because he's supposed to give us data.
Okay, we'll table that
Okay,
until
well-
next time.
Do we need to take, again, that's the only one I did not see on the,
Yeah, we'll just, we don't have to vote on that, we just can table it.
Okay.
Okay, next item, consideration of possible action, adaptive population objectives, addendum number 2 to the elk species management plan.
So this one, I didn't see the amendment that they wanted to put in.
now I know the committee's been working on it and the agency's been working on revising basically the old regulations on establishing quotas or population objectives. And I think this is, from what I've read on it, is to make it more modern with these expanding and changing populations
Yeah,
to be able to make our adjustments or recommended adjustments to the quotas.
right. And in the last packet, they talked about having a committee to be able to adjust the quotas on like an annual basis.
Right,
I think in some cases, our herds have exceeded the old management plans, and the department's not really able to adjust and quotas to, they're mandated by getting them down to those numbers instead of letting the populations, if the habitat is there, to expand. And so it sounds like a very proactive project that they're working on, which everything I read on there I thought was very favorable. Yeah, now, if population goes down, then that's a different story, but at least it gives the department authorization through commission regulation to adjust population objectives, based on what the voting, which I myself would have no objection to.
Yeah, and it also says establish a mandatory catch and kill regulation or northern pike, revise bait restrictions statewide, amend ice hole size restriction to allow for larger size holes for spearbow fishing at Cummins Lake,
Okay.
and update scientific names in the classification of fish species.
Again, I think that's a good regulation to require immediate killing of the northern pike if you happen to catch one. So to try to slow down the people that are relocating them back into Cummins and some of these other waters.
I make a motion to approve Commission General Regulation 528.
And let's see, catch me late. Then there's another part of that regulation, and that's to do with up in Region 2, which is Lander, Eureka, Elko, White Pine, to where they're going to allow preserved fish to be used as bait, where that's been prohibited in the past. It has been frozen or preserved. And then I think there's one other part, and that's the changing technical names on all the fishes, which no, I have no comment on. That's just terminology. So I'll make a motion to approve.
It would be a second, Jim. Andrew,
Yeah, that would be
Made
Commission
the
General
first
Regulation
motion.
528.
Yep.
yeah. Okay. Any further discussion? There being none, we have a first and second motion to approve Commission General Regulation 528, motor restrictions and revisions related to fisheries. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
No.
Opposed? Motion passed. Next item, consideration and possible action, Commission General Regulation 525, coyote hunting contest regulations.
Again, they've had 3 or 4 different workshops on this regulation. I actually think it's down to the point to where even the predator hunters and the trappers will go along with it, because it really doesn't do anything that prohibits the activities that are
Right.
going on.
Right, it just,
But it does have a regulation now to where, like when they go to the legislature, the animal rights people, they say, well, they're unregulated. Well, it's September 1 to March 31st would be the season. You have to have either a hunting or trapping license, which is new to do with contests. You don't need a hunting license or trapping license to shoot or trap coyotes. Well, you do to trap coyotes, but not to shoot them. And I think it has a pretty clear definition of what a contest is, a coyote hunting contest. So
Yep.
I'd make a motion to approve General Regulation 525.
I'll second.
those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Last item, consideration and possible action, items listed on the Nevada Board of Wildlife Commissioners agenda for November 7th and 8th, 2025. Is there anything else on that agenda that we need to discuss?
There is a report to do with predation fund that the biologist Joe Bennett Jr. is in charge of fur bear and predator management. He supplied a complete report in there on the results of all the different projects that we've been discussing, every year, the new predator projects. And we ourselves have requested, what's the results of all this money that's being put out? Well, he's finally has put it into a report, at least for the last 12 months.
Oh, that's
And I
good.
would like to, on the record, publicly thank him. This is something that's never been done. There's never been any accountability, at least down to the county game boards, on what this Raven project is, coyote.
Right.
And he actually, if you read that, under the sport data, it's a darn good report. I would have printed it, but it was 28 pages, and I was about out of ink. But that should make Jason extremely happy, because he brings it up every time we discuss about the predator expenditures. And I think he did a real good job of explaining and about the money transfers between different projects and the problems they've had because of the federal shutdown has actually impacted some of them. But I personally will see Joe and thank him for that, because we approve stuff every year and never know if whatever happens
Right,
with it.
right. Well, that's good. And in the report that I make from our meeting, I'll put a note in there to comment. Bennett, you said his name is Bennett, Jim, that's correct?
Joe Bennett Jr.
Joel or Joe?
Joe.
Joe.
J-O-E.
J-O-E, okay.
His dad was the supervising
Okay,
predator control in Ely for
okay.
years.
Yeah, I'll make a comment in that report.
Real proud of the kid. It happened to be the 4 years in a row he did get a Nevada Trapper Association scholarship. And then he was stationed at Tonopah for a few years and has moved up to that fur bearer position.
Oh, that's good. Okay, next time, consider future agenda items. We'll just put A back on for our next meeting.
Yes, and
Yep.
then I'll also include the elections on our January meeting
Oh,
for
okay.
chair and vice chair.
Okay, that'll work. Is January our next one? Yes. Okay, yeah, it's right there. Sorry, Pam. Can't read. Okay.
Is there a meeting in December? Okay, that's,
Any further public comment? Carl, do you have anything? No? You just needed to get out of the house tonight, huh? Come and see if we're doing our job.
No, I know you're doing your job. I just usually see the posting about a week after it's already gone. And I saw this yesterday, and I said, I'm going to go.
Oh, good. We're glad to have you.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, thank you. We always appreciate it when we have public for our meetings,
yeah, how do we fill the room up? We need a controversy.
like shutting down the hunting and
Take something
Stillwater.
away from them. Yeah.
And only 3 points on one side and 6 on the other, or it's legal or something, That's just true.
Okay, being no further public comment, I'll adjourn the meeting at
Jeez.
7:20. They're getting shorter.